This episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark is very mature, quite scary. It really doesn't seem like it was written for a kid's show. It's written by David Preston, who wrote The Tale of the Phone Police, The Tale of Dollmaker, and my favorite episode, The Tale of the Dream Girl. And this has a lot in common with Tale of the Dream Girl, where it's not talking down to kids. It has a very serious tone. Storyteller today is Sam, and she begins pulling out items from her backpack that inspires some of her previous stories, like the Tale of Long Ago Locket. She uses a locket, her brother's ring for the Tale of the Dream Girl, and a whistle for the Tale of Watcher's Woods. She explains that a lot of memories are shared, and when we look at old stuff, it can bring back old memories. In the case of this episode, C7 refers to an old record that plays on a jukebox. And we get a great setting as well. Brother and sister Jason and Lisa move with their mom to where, of course, a new house. Their mom Ellen has quit her old job and is starting a new business where she's opening this old lakeside inn. And this is a creepy location. They're right on the water, which is going to play into this episode. And the lakeside inn is a huge mansion right on the water. This place is run down. It's a bit of a fixer-upper. And when cleaning out the place, Jason comes to a closet and finds a 1940s jukebox in it. Character Jason is played by Jesse Moss, who was in Final Destination 3 in the very underrated movie Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. He was a bit of a heartthrob in the mid-2000s. And his sister in this episode is played by his actual sister in real life, Tegan Moss. So they cast a brother and sister to play a brother and sister in this episode. So I don't think they look anything alike. Tegan Moss was in 2 episodes of The X-Files, One Breath and Paper Maru, the movie Charlie St. Cloud, and recently in the movie The Boy Who Vanished. Both are acting to this day. So they find this jukebox, they plug it in and find that amazingly it still works. The rows are listed from A to D and they have 7 songs each. But the song they definitely should play would be C7, which they'll eventually get to. And when they start playing records, he starts with the section of A, of course. You see this creepy scene where, from a first-person view, what we believe to be a monster is coming out from this lake and getting closer and closer and closer to their house, until the jukebox malfunctions and turns off, and then we see this unknown creature sink back into the water. There's many creepy moments in this episode, but just like in David Preston's previous episode, Tale of the Dream Girl, this is a love story at heart. We do get a backstory where the mother tells Jason's, and she's the older brother, more mature, that, well, this place might be haunted because in 1945, after World War II, a soldier was coming home who served overseas. His girlfriend was going to meet him there, but she never got to meet him since they were informed at the last minute that he'd actually died. The girlfriend got sad and began to go out into this lake in a canoe and possibly drowned. So this ghost that we've been seeing a little bit of seems to be of the girl who drowned. We saw her originally when they turned on the jukebox and she was coming out of the ocean. And then one time, she actually meets Jason. She looks like this. And, well, doesn't really say anything. She just kind of waves to him. So Jason begins playing other songs from the jukebox and gets on to C7. And we get a really nice scene where now the two get to reunite together. They're both ghosts. And they get to have their coming home party that they were never able to do in 1945 because the soldier died. And it's very reminiscent of Tale of the Prom Queen. And I think is a good payoff. You don't get a scary monster in this one, but the way that they wait until halfway through before showing the girl is still effective because you see creepy moments where there'll be sounds that they don't understand. We'll see the first person view of this ghost, and it's done in a very mature tone, and we get a nice ending. So I think I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. You get both. You get a nice love story at the end, and the kids actually help out the ghosts, but at the same time, you don't know what's going on for the first half of the episode. You get some really creepy moments where this jukebox is playing and summoning the ghost to come back. This was directed by David Winning, who did a ton of episodes. Here's all the episodes he directed. I don't want to say all of them, but he's definitely got some bangers in there. And this will be the last episode that he directs. He does seem to focus around episodes of people remembering things in the past. The romantic love story at the end, when the ghosts try to save the kids. If they up the ages of this, threw in more violence, this could make a nice mid-90s PG-13 ghost story. Well, I didn't recognize Jesse Moss in this episode. I think he looks a lot different as a kid than in the movies I've seen him in. One person I did recognize was Colin Ferguson. He plays the character of the long-lost soldier who we see at the very end reunite with his girlfriend. And he was Jack Carter in the very popular series Eureka, one I must have just completely missed at the time. Sounds really interesting, mixing science fiction with a small-town drama, where the government uses a northwestern town to test futuristic inventions. And I last covered him in my coverage of Fear itself. He was in episode 3, Family Man, as Dennis. He's just got one of those jawlines you can't forget. Next up we have The Tale of the Badge. And check out our playlist for all the series we've covered, like the episode of Fear itself, with Colin Ferguson in it. Or Monsters, Tales from the Dark Side, Twilight Zone. I cover every episode of these anthology shows. Thank you.